everyone. It's me, Sharon Mudgett with Salon Innovations, and today I am super excited to announce the very first video in a series that we have in Hair Hacks that is called The Foundation of Finger Blow Dry Styling. But before I begin, I really want to share with you a story that happened to me personally that really brought to mind the foundation and the rudiments of what good finger blow dry styling really is all about. So in 2015, I had the pleasure of going to the World or International Education Symposium with Redken. And they brought in educators from all across the world, and I got signed up for a styling class. And so I never received a list of the tools that I needed to bring, so I show up for the styling class, and this international big name artist shows up, and he's teaching us all of these wonderful techniques, and everybody's whipping out their brushes and their flat irons and their curling irons, and there's me with my fingers, my hands. And so everybody around me is styling away, and he comes up to me and he sees that I have no tools in front of me. And he says, well, Sharon, what's going on? And I said, well, I actually work for a hair care brand that we only finger blow dry style in our looks. And he went home that evening and really thought about this. And the next morning when we came back for the class, he said to the whole class, there was like 50 people in it, and said, I have something that I want to share with you. So I thought all night long about what Sharon was talking about, is that she works for a brand that the stylist behind the chair only finger blow dry style. And so I put together this little thought process about brushes and the way that we can use our hands as different brushes. And so what I want to do is I want to share with you all today what it was that he came up with for Salon Innovations. So in front of me, I have 5 brushes, and I'm going to go through them really quick. The first one is a paddle brush. The next one is a styling brush, a Denman brush, a round brush, the Wonder brush, and of course, a diffuser. All of these different brushes can be replicated with our hands. And so I want to begin by showing you a little bit about what it was that he trained all of us this day, and how I've been teaching finger blow dry styling moving forward. I want to begin with the styling brush. If we look at a styling brush, we can actually see that the tines are wide open, so we would want our hands to be wide open as well. And as we are working our fingers through the hair, we want to make certain that we're keeping our fingers wide open, that we're using that to create whatever volume we're trying to achieve or whatever direction we're trying to style that hair in, right? By keeping our fingers wide open and just raking our fingers through the hair. So that's just a styling brush. Now, if we move down into a Denman brush, if we look at a Denman brush, the fingers are much closer together. And the whole idea of a Denman brush is to create tension. Well, when we think about creating tension, tension is a great way to create waves or movement in the hair. And so if we're going to finger blow dry style our fingers as a Denman, then we're going to want to go in and close up our hands just a little bit more. And as we move into the sections that we're working with, right, we can then take our hands and our blow dryers and actually manipulate the hair so that we can create waves, finger waves, or any kind of movement that we're trying to achieve, whether it's over direction, towards the face, or moving it back from the face. Next, I want to move into the paddle brush. Now, when we think about a paddle brush, the tines are much closer together, and what we're really trying to create here is a lot of smoothing and pulling on that hair to create a straighter, smoother look. And so as we are working with our hands as a paddle brush, we are literally going to close our fingers off. We're going to come in from underneath, and we're going to work that hair in the direction that we're wanting. And of course, we can also rake down. But the key here is to keep our fingers really close together, okay? If we are moving on to a round brush, simple round brush, of course, what we know a round brush does is it's to lift the hair. So if we're going to lift the hair at the base, We want to make certain that we're determining whatever direction. Are we doing over direction? Are we on base? Are we off base? And then from there, what we are going to want to do is actually use our hands as that round brush, keeping that section nice and smooth. And with our blow dryer, we are actually going to wrap the hair around our hand as if we were wrapping it around a round brush. Now, let's talk about the Wonder Brush. Now, what's really cool about the Wonder Brush, and what a lot of us like to use this for, is for back combing. And so if we're going to use the Wonder Brush and back comb, of course, we're going to start at the base and we're going to work our way down. Well, did you know that you can do that with your fingers as well? And it's really super simple. You just bring the hair shaft up, or the section that you're working with, and I like to go about 4 inches above the section that I'm working on here. And I'm going to start working my way down. And you can actually see the back combing that this is creating. Once I've achieved that, I can use my regular Wonder Brush and I can smooth that down, because we're not using this brush as a form of styling. It's just to smooth that section out. And what I've been able to do is create more volume just with my fingers. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the diffuser. Now, you can use the diffuser, that's no big deal. But sometimes when you're in the middle of a style and you just want to be able to create a little bit of movement or scrunching or a little bit of volume, especially on the ends, you can just use your own hands by going in and taking that section of hair that you're going to be diffusing, especially if this is curly hair, and we can just go in and cup that right in our hands and place that directional blow drying right into the section that we're working with, and adding that texture or creating more curl or enhancing the ringlets that we're looking for. So those are just simple little foundations to using our hands as our brushes in the beginning of finger blow dry styling foundational techniques. I want you to actually subscribe to this channel today, because we have 5 more videos coming to you from a wonderful artist by the name of Erica Klafhaki. She is a Minneapolis stylist here and she is going to be actually going forward and teaching you more really fun finger blow dry styling techniques in this series. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope that you find this information really valuable. Good luck.